Okay, so let's get into this. There's 3 parts. The first part's the hardest, obviously. It sounds like this. So what I do is I use my middle finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the D, and I put my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A, and I have my pointer finger ready to hit the 1st fret of the B. It's not. It's going to be a C in a second, but right now it's off. Okay, so I take my thumb on the right side, I pick down on the A string, and I use my ring finger to pick up on the B string. I'm going to hit those together. And then I'm going to hammer on with my pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B. And then I'm just going to use my middle finger to pick up on the G string, my pointer finger up on the D string, and then my thumb to pick down on the A string. And then I'm going to use my ring finger to hit the B string again, my middle finger to hit the G string, and then I'm going to use my thumb to hit the A string. I'm not going to hit the D, and that's really the whole pattern of this picking. It's that 1, 2. Okay? Then I'm going to use my ring finger on the right side, pick up on the B string, and I'm going to hammer on with my pinky on the 3rd fret of the B. And then I'm going to hit my thumb on the A again. And then I'm going to take my pinky off of the B, of the 3rd fret of the B, and I'm going to have my pointer finger still there. And then I'm going to pick that with my ring finger on the right side. And then I'm going to do the last part of it, which is I'm going to use my middle finger to pick up on the G string, and then my thumb to land and pick down on the A string. And then I'm going to open the B. I'm going to pick up with my ring finger on the right side on the open B. Then I'm going to hammer on and pull off on the 1st fret of the B. So. Okay. Now the second part, the second chord is the exact same. Only thing we're going to do here is change the chord, but the picking is exactly the same. So. Then we're going to take, basically the chord is I put my middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A, and I have my pointer finger doing exactly like it did in the first one. And then you only have those two notes this time, but you do the exact same picking. So I'm not going to go through all the finger picking again, but you do the exact same thing. All right, and then, as a matter of fact, you're going to do the exact same thing again. This time, you're just going to have your pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B. That's the only thing you're going to be fretting. And so, you're just going to have all the strings open. So you're going to do the exact same picking with only using the pointer finger this time. Yeah, the only difference there is you do it twice, that last part. So that's the first part. Second part is easier. Basically, you're going to do an F major chord, and the way I pick it is, because that's when they hear the. Then it goes to a C, then to an E minor, and then to kind of a D minor without your pointer finger. And I also use my thumb to make sure that low E doesn't pick. D minor without the pointer finger on the 1st fret of the E. So And then after the second time he goes to the chorus, he goes to an A minor for a little bit. And then he goes into the third part, which is, what I do is I take my ring finger and I pick on the 12th fret of the D, and I bend it down as much as I can. It's hard on acoustic. And then I pick on the first, I pick down on the 10th fret of the D, and then I'd use my pointer finger to pick the 9th fret of the G. So then I take my ring finger and I pick on the 10th, pick down on the 10th fret of the D, pick down again on the 12th fret of the D with my pinky. And then I pick down again on my pointer finger on the 9th fret of the G. Then I pick also down on the 10th fret of the G. Back down to the 9th fret of the G. And then back to the 10th fret of the G. Back to the 9th fret of the G. Now the trick here is the timing, okay? He starts out by going. Then he goes into the. Does it again. So it's like the timing changes only. But then the third time you go. I got my ring finger on the 10th fret of the D. Then my pinky on the 12th fret of the D. My pointer finger on the 9th fret of the G. And this time I use my middle finger to slide up to the 12th fret of the G. Back down to the 10th fret of the G. Basically, it's going back and forth between the 10th fret of the G and the 9th fret of the G. And then I pick down with my middle finger on the 10th fret of the B. So that whole thing is. It goes back. See, it's really tricky. And that is it. That's all three parts. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give me a like and subscribe. What a great song.